To alleviate the burden on commuters and mirror microeconomic improvement such as the reduction in fuel prices, government negotiated for 15% decrease in public transport fares. This reduction, which took place or effect on May 24, 2025, represents the most significant decrease recorded since the administrative arrangement on public transport fares was introduced in 2015. This measure has provided relief to commuters whilst maintaining operational stability of the transport operators. 3. DVLA 24-hour services. To improve and expand service delivery and support the implementation of the 24-hour economy policy, the authority has established a new operational office at the Adenta bus terminal here in Accra. This modern facility operates 24 hours a day, offering round-the-clock services to enhance accessibility and convenience for motorists in Adenta and nearby areas. Ladies and gentlemen, the DVLA has since May this year commissioned and operationalized 4 new offices in Adenta, Boale, Asamankase, and Akotia. 2 new offices in Doma and Bechim are set to be commissioned later this month. With the operationalization of these offices, the authority is taking steps to close the service gap and bring its operations closer to citizens in underserved areas. 4. Printing of backlog cards. As of December 2024, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority had a backlog of 440,000 unprinted driver license cards. Currently, all these backlog cards have been printed and dispatched to the various DVLA offices for collection. A total of 26,045 cards are currently undergoing lamination and will be delivered shortly. 5. Registration of earth-moving equipment. To help identify and track equipment owners as part of our efforts to address illegal mining galamsey, the DVLA has intensified the registration of earth-moving equipment. This initiative aims to assign special identification numbers to such machinery, which are then shared with the Minerals Commission to enhance tracking and monitoring. To date, the authority has successfully registered 9,240 earth-moving equipment under this exercise. 5. Road safety. Members of the press, road fatalities remain a leading cause of deaths in the country, with about 1,504 lives lost in the first half of this year. These preventable deaths can be reduced through behavioral change. To address this, the ministry is taking the necessary steps to amend the road traffic regulations, and when passed, it will help enhance education and enforcement efforts. 7. Operations of MMTL and ISTC. Ladies and gentlemen, the government is committed to revitalizing Metro Mass Transit Limited and Intercity STC Coaches Limited, which are currently in distress and need urgent financial support. We plan to modernize their fleet and upgrade existing infrastructure for efficient service delivery. The MMTL fleet will include 350 Toyota Haze buses, 100 coastal buses, and 50 cargo and parcel trucks. Deliveries will commence at the end of this year through early 2026. Other arrangements are underway to modernize Intercity STC fleets in phases, including the introduction of electronic buses for their operations. Railway sub-sector. Ladies and gentlemen, the railway sub-sector, once a vital part of our transportation network, has suffered neglect, and President John Dramani Mahama is committed to revitalizing it to meet the growing demands. Government plans to modernize and expand the railway infrastructure for fleet and passenger services, creating jobs, creating jobs and boosting local economies and fostering trade. Tema to Mpakadan Railway Line. The 97-kilometer Tema to Mpakadan Railway Line, which is part of a multimodal system connecting Tema Port to Bupe Port via Water Lake, has been completed. However, the viability of the rail line depends on fleet services, but requires further investment in port infrastructure to facilitate the transfer of cargo between rail and the lake. Government has therefore taken steps to develop the line for fleet operations. Western Railway Line. The Western Railway Line spans 330 kilometers from Takoradi to Kumasi, with a branch line extension from Dunkwa to Awasu. Construction on sections of the line, the 22-kilometer Kojo-Krom to Mansu, 78 kilometers from Takoradi Port to Hine Valley, and 6 kilometers Edom to Kesi have all been halted since December 2024 due to unpaid payment certificate by the previous administration. Government, through the Ministry of Transport and Ghana Railway Development Authority, is engaging stakeholders, including the Ministry of Finance and the Attorney General's Office, to resolve their outstanding issues to enable the contractor to resume work. I am delighted to share with you that Amandi Construction, one of the contractors, have resumed work and currently on site. 2. Perfection of titles to railway lines. The Ghana Railway Development Authority is currently collaborating with security agencies and Lands Commission to launch a campaign to remove encroachers from the railway right-of-way and perfect titles to railway lands nationwide. This is to enable our contractors to have unimpeded access to land and facilitate early completion of railway projects. 3. Railway labor issues and Ghana Railway Company Limited staff salaries. The Ghana Railway Company's operations have declined over the years due to infrastructure deterioration, which has limited its capacity to generate sufficient revenue to cover its operational costs, including staff salaries. We are engaging with the Ministry of Finance and stakeholders to develop a sustainable solution going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I must add that we feel for the workers and we have gotten close to resolving this issue and getting them their salaries.